the show where you drink beers.
Who knows? What happened to Pint Motion? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows what happened to Pint Motion.
Hello, everybody.
Hi. Robbie, that's the back of your head.
But if you look on top, I'm up on the top right.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know.
fair.
I just needed something to fill that screen, so I'm like, You guys can just look at my head.
It's fine.
It's spinning.
This beautiful barrel of a man.
Spinning. All right, so welcome to another edition of Power Block. We're trying to be more consistent, as you can see. So what is this? This is the third one in a row that we
In
haven't
a
had.
row.
Look at that. No, wait.
Fourth.
Fourth. We did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and this is Thursday. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, so today, Ben, what do you got going on?
I'm gonna finish what I started, Mortal. I'm gonna get back over here. I got my reference, got my anime.js reference, got my p5.js reference. We're doing the JavaScript thing.
Okay.
That is over here. Where we left off the other day, I was getting data from our poll system.
Okay.
At the bottom of the screen here, you can see that data. So this is actually getting the information back from the API. You can't really see it, but you kind of can, I guess.
Okay.
I zoomed in for no reason. So this shows the votes in a poll. I need to figure out a way to get the last poll and then generate this graphic so that when we do check our recent polls, or however the heck we implement it in Wirecast, that we actually get it all pretty. One thing that I need to do is change it from vertical bars to horizontal bars. I realized that at the end of the day yesterday.
Okay.
And also I need the names of each object that's in that poll, which is fine because I already have that information down here. Sound synthesis, vote values, all of these neuron things. And we could probably get into using that today. Got a text message, which didn't show up because of the screen cropping.
Excellent.
Sweet.
Excellent.
That's lucky.
Right?
Lucky. Excellent. So I'm going to respond to my boy here. I don't know. Good to have you. Good to have you on the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Robbie, what are you into today, man? Oh, phone calls. That's
Oh.
nice.
That's my uncle. He normally calls when it's very important, so I'm gonna have to take this.
No
Give me 1
problem.
second.
Cool. So I got chat up based Sophie. What? Your future lies with an alibi. Perhaps for a murder mystery? Strixie TV, hello. I also have chat up, so I'll be over here like this. You might recognize me. You're listening to the dulcet tones of Pulaka. Just because I need some music up. And you know the deal. This is kind of going to be a weird little help-esque type of thing. I can potentially answer questions about JavaScript, but I am kind of getting back into it. So we'll figure that out. That's new to me. Send me music. I would love to listen to it. Right now I'm just listening to my buddy's music because he actually has a bunch of new stuff out made in the last couple months. Solid stuff. Some of you know the dude. Others of you don't know the dude. That's fine. Yeah, don't ask for your fortune if you're not ready to take the truth. The truth. So all this thing is doing is, and I have like some hard values in here. I need to reassign these things. I've been pulling out my values from my code. I did this yesterday. Off of the air. Because I'm trying to scale the value. Right now I'm getting the maximum vote, which is a function that I actually don't need. I was trying to write my own math max function. I don't think I actually use this anymore. So let's get rid of that. Let's see. Yep, that's right. You write 100 lines of code to figure out the 10 that you need. So if I reload this page, it broke something. So our debugger's like, hey man, create canvases trying to do this thing. It's so hard to see. It's down here in the bottom. But we're gonna deal with that. The console also will tell us if we have any errors. It looks good. So I'm gonna figure out what I did wrong here. I have create canvas going on. That's in setup. Oh, here's this random word map. Maybe that is it? I doubt it. Seems to get past the loading phase, but then this other thing happens. It could also be that there's a triggered breakpoint that is stopping my program from running. Hey! The answers. So that's the way to go. Anyone here know? No, I don't know what you have, Jenny. Sorry. So that's how you do it. Talking about Strixie yesterday. You were here. I was there. I'm trying to like. Apparently, my computer is doing this weird thing on the side. You know, it's like in the background doing a bunch of junk that is burning my CPU. Scroll this up a bit so I don't have to lean in with my spectacles, and also so that these match a little bit more. Go forth and phosphor. So yeah, I will only be mildly distractible, and that means I can actually get some stuff done. So this is working again. The first thing that we're doing is drawing our backgrounds, setting text size, which, you know, whatever. Then I want lines. I do not want stroke around those lines. For example, had I commented this out, all of my text would be illegible. And I want to actually change my font family so that it matches our stuff a bit more. So here's anime.js, which we haven't really gotten to yet. But with the text, I think it's font size 12, font size 16. I actually want to know about the font family. So I have load font, I have text font, I think is what I want. So Georgia Helvetica, and what is this messing with? Oh, this is actually messing with the typeface that is internal or loaded to the program. So I guess we can do that. So if I go to where my project lives, which is in here, in Potion Dev, Visual Poll, I can also open up my font book and copy a font into it. So let's see, how about Helvetica Rounded LT Standard Black? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find this in Finder. A lot of finding. Alright, and I really just want Rounded Black, which I think is one of these children. Yeah. I don't know what the particular order is. But hey, we're going to use the power of reading. Here it is. Boom. Just you. It's you. And what I want to do, just pinch this away. I don't like the default tab thing. I'm gonna change that back. Let's follow their patterns. And visual poll, sure, assets. We may have more things going on, so we'll have assets. And I want to copy the black text, the black typeface into here. So I'm holding Alt, just kind of dragging that there. We'll make corrections as we go. So thanks for that. If all the assets are hosted locally, it's not a big deal. What's going on? Donate. If you want to donate, if you want to subscribe, or you don't want to subscribe, I don't know. If you want a donut, go buy a donut. Oh man, I gotta get to you later. Bye. Streaming. I'll gotta work on some code. Good times. It is good times. Send. There we go. Watch me text message. Are we playing Grand Theft Auto today? You bet your buns. I don't know where Ravi is set up, but there is a live GTA thing in the building, and I really don't like the sound of my own voice as much as you might. So, what are we doing? I really need to change this mapping space. So this area here, where we're drawing the lines, I'm saying that I'm going to take this votes value, whatever the heck comes out, which is the, did I get max elsewhere? Yeah, I have max votes. Alright, so I need to look at how this function works. Well, we didn't, one thing at a time. Music is quite a bit high, or Van is just quiet. I could try moving my mic up, but I could also try turning the music down a bit. That might be better. Let me know. I do not need to be blasting. That was just a thing we do. Oh, I wonder if you can see that. You can! Amazing. It doesn't even make a noise. So, in our preload function, we're going to load this font. And it's going to be inside of assets, and it's going to have this stupid long name. So inside of assets, instead of using this crazy name thing, I'm going to call this MP underscore Helvetica. Because, fun fact, Helvetica Rounded Black is what we use for the Mint Potion logo if you receive any of our swag. So we'll take that. I can actually take that as a path name, but this will do fine. Like if I hold this button down, I can just get that. And it'll give me the full path name when I paste it. That'll be a nice preload function. So users, documents, Mint Potion / assets. I think I can do it from there. I can't remember. But we're gonna need you in some kind of string form.
All right.
Oh, what's going on, dude?
I'm back. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh. So yeah, what I was gonna do is.
What are you gonna do?
I was gonna mess with some TeamViewer stuff, go back and mess with some Tyler stuff, and entertain people playing Grand Theft Auto.
That sounds entertaining.
I think I might just jump into Grand Theft Auto right now. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
And then I don't know about the callback method. I think that's like the thing I want to do after the font is loaded. Let's see, but they don't use it. It seems like an optional thing. And so I'm trying to take this pattern where it looks like this method here, size, right? Or like it's optional whenever they have these like brackets. So I'm gonna dance with that. And let's just, for the heck of it, change. I guess if we just do that. Well, let's see here. Let's check the implementation out. So fill 0, stroke weight 0, text fonts. So I have loaded font. That's going to be MP font. And then before I draw my text, I'm going to use the Sky text font. Dope. So here's where my text is being drawn. We're going to replace this with that. Did I spell that correctly? Okay. And so the first thing that should happen is it's going to take a while to load up that. What the cannot load? Origin requests are only supported for HTTP.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, right? This is my life. This is my story.
It's my story
Try it again. Okay, so I don't want to do. Well, here's the thing. So let's say I'm doing this with Chrome. It's either Chrome or Firefox. It's not going to have an issue. No, that's the issue. Okay, let's open Firefox. I'm trying to prove a point here. You're making me look like an idiot. I haven't started Firefox in a while. Do you want to clean it up for a fresh new experience? Sure. But remove your add-ons and customizations, restore the things to the things, yeah, whatever. I'm not going to use Firefox. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to just change the font family to Helvetica or something. I don't know what font families are available to me. Like, it looks like we have... It's weird, it doesn't say anything about, like, this domain problem. But let's let Firefox embarrass yourself. Nope. How about nope? Music is a bit high. We are better. Let me know if we can make any further adjustments.
It's a bit high.
No. I turned the music down on my end. Totally fine. Yeah, 'cause I also can turn it up on my end. So it's happening here. It's not the debugger that's the problem. It's this guy. There's a cross-platform problem, only supported for HTTP. And so this is what's causing that. Load font is happening. A couple of anonymous functions. It's happening inside of here. So there's a like little stack type of thing. Looks like there's a problem trying to load. Check to see if the file path is correct. Posting it online or running it on a local server. Ugh. Well, you know what we can do. So I see what's going on. It's not going to let us load a font locally. So what if instead of this path name, I found a font of a URL of a font that we like? I don't know. URL. Just give me something cool. Font family. What the? Yeah, Google Fonts. Whatever. You're cool. Robot O. Ooh. I do want something that... Yeah, that's pretty good. Tell me more. So I have a package thing. Open sans, regular. Can I... don't want to design here. Here. That's cool. But the way that this is being implemented is kind of the same. So what I'm hoping for is that I can just link to this somehow. Let's see. Can I do that? Path to... Yeah. Accurate list of the families that are available. Add a style sheet to your webpage and use the font and the CSS style. Hey, that's what I kind of want, more or less. Let's see what you got for me. Here's the API, fonts, families. So it's going to be something like this, right? And the only difference is I don't want that typeface. I want this typeface. So I could possibly, I don't know, select this font. What does this mean? One family is selected. Import. So here's a link. Gosh, this is super easy to read. All right, it's gonna be right there. Let's try this out first. SP5 isn't saying much about pulling this in. So I wonder if that works. Like I have my project stomped in there in the corner. Tangerine, type shadow, yes, okay, overview, hey, here's a video. Newton elements, CSI. Part of me is just super optimistic that it'll just work. Do I have any other weird like browsers open that could be? Bravado is for my streams, if I recall. I see. It's a good looking typeface. Like that's kind of the thing. But we're pulling it from HTTPS, and that will probably allow us, you know, if I'm guessing correctly. Nope. If I were to go here, what does that actually return? Oh, interesting. Okay, so there is more information here. But the URL for that font is actually here. It's static. So maybe I can use that instead. Boo! Error, unsupported open file type. WOF2. Now we're getting somewhere. So what do you actually support? you out. Load font. What do you support? What do you support? What do you support? Guarantees it will happen before setup. That's fine. But it takes OTFs. Okay. Loading from a URL may be blocked due to your built-in security. That's fine. Relative HTML file that links to your I don't think I have that asset reference in there anymore. Does it only support OTF?
Someone just get here?
I don't know.
There's someone walk in.
I mean, the place is haunted.
We diddled it.
I just want to see.
How far did you get in Grand Theft Auto?
I don't know. What are you doing right now?
I think I'm about to do the jewelry heist.
I haven't gotten that far.
That means tomorrow, we're supposed to be working on that today too.
What are you talking about?
Well, tomorrow we're
yeah.
actually doing our meeting, and I only have 3 of these boxes ready to go.
Dude.
Dude, what?
I don't know.
Dude.
Alright, so some fast load time. It says I can customize stuff. Not particularly worried about sizes, but I am seeing a little pattern we can work with here. Because now I can figure... See, I really don't want that format. Maybe if I change the file name?
Try it. See what happens.
That's what I'm saying, man. Because web open format font 2 is not gonna dance with me. I don't see Google hosting anything that isn't that. So what if I just did? Is it OTF as the file type? I think I'm just gonna get that file doesn't exist. Yeah, 404. Okay. Is anybody hosting OTFs? Should I just abandon this weird case? You wary giants of flesh and steel. There are OTF files. Nice. But GitHub is not going to let me GitHub's not going to host these. Right? Ah, see, that's not cool. I mean, that makes a lot of sense, but it's not what I want. So why doesn't Google make it happen? Let's see, can I do like a processing like P5, what are they called? WOFF 2. I'm just gonna punch my mic real quick. It's a pretty chilled tune. I'm overriding this. I'm making an executive decision. Yeah, I get it. I can load custom fonts with CSS, and then I can refer to it in my script, but I'm not particularly interested in that. So I might want to go with the default font family. Hello there, Avenir. So it returns a font object. That's fine. Where was I think it was the other document. There's this text font thing. And it takes Georgia or Helvetica, so I'll just do that. We're not going to get rounded bold. One thing that's cool about this is that's kind of a built-in thing with most browsers. And so I can just put in that. And that'll work. Right? Might have already been that. Who knows? As opposed to this other country, Georgia. Let's kind of borrow you real quick. Hey, buddy, what's up?
What's up, baby?
I don't know, just zoning, looking at my screen. Oh, it looks neat, but it's not really that cool, right? Georgia, Helvetica, Ithaca. Helvetica's better anyway. Get rid of them serifs. That's cool. Alright, so let's switch gears.
Switch some gears.
So I'm drawing lines, right? And I'm starting with this weird X margin variable. It's like the X position of the thing. Alright, now we're using I to multiply that bar spacing so that we have equal spacing between each voting option. And the second position is the Y position for the beginning of the line, so the bar ground margin. So I want the last position to be the bar ground, or like the first position to be the bar top. We're gonna have to rearrange this a bit. Let's see. Let's say that this is like at 100, and then x2, the ending point, is going to have to do with the pole value, right? So it's going to be basically these two things flipped. Paste, comma, remove that guy. And I think that'll make me a horizontal set. Whoa, it's perfect. All of our poles should look like this. No.
Well done. Take a break.
All right, that's good. See you guys next week on Power Screw Up. What's going on here is I'm taking the same x value for x1 and y2, right? So here's x1, right? This idea, and here's y2. So x1, y1, and these are actually inverted. That's annoying. Because of this mapping function, which we can... Whoa, hey, none of that. Talk about that in a second. It's amazing, these little adjustments to some values. Why is this commented out? That's not good, man. Alright, so let's undo a couple of things here. We'll talk about the map function here in a second. Oh, I like the part where nothing is there. Maybe it's you? Keep going. Alright, 3. Cool, so this actually shows reasonable values between two zones, but that's also missing that last thing. So x1, y1, everything is starting at 100, and then y2 is maps between a value that is here and there. That's all of these functions. Tell me about yourself. How long is the campaign for that game? Like, have you? I don't know how much you've played through it.
I mean, I haven't played that much. I would say after this heist, maybe, I don't know, a couple hours after that. That's about as far as I got when I was playing on the 360.
Okay.
So, but I mean, for how much they update this game, I mean, I'm sure there's like ridiculous amounts of content in it.
True. Not to mention the multiplayer and all that.
Yeah.
Would you mind switching over to your game while I fix this stupid like listing thing?
Yeah. I was trying to. Yeah. I was gonna do some. Oh, stat. Whatever. I'll do it.
Appreciate it.
I could do that. Yeah. Go ahead and do that. All right. Let's play some more.
And then the X position is always going to be this
Franklin.
margin.
What's up, man?
I don't know. I don't know anymore, man. I feel like when I'm not being focused on, there we go. Now I have all my things stacked up. Now I can say I times, which is wrong, but it's doing what I want it to do. No, that's cool. It's not what I want, but it's cool. Right. Oh, we don't have audio from your game, so you're gonna have to read all the subtitles with an accent.
Perfect. Allow me
Thank you,
to
dude.
do that.
You don't have to do that, but
I kind of want to now.
Hey.
Well, I gotta change to
you know.
Franklin anyways.
Franklin, great show, classic.
Is it? Is it a classic? I mean,
The Turtle? Isn't that the show, Franklin?
Franklin?
Remember that show?
No.
Kid show?
Do you remember a show called Maya the Bee?
Nope. I do not.
It was a Nickelodeon cartoon.
Yes, yeah.
I thought it was just like the weirdest show ever. I still remember like the theme music to it. Well, I got a call coming in. I gotta take this.
You have got a
Who is
lot of
this?
stuff.
It's Ricky. I know your bro. Who deactivated cheese, bro? I have no idea you're talking about, pal. I'm not gonna do this accent thing. I need someone else to do the accents with me.
I'm sorry.
Someone has to play one person. I play the other person.
That's fun. We've done that so many times, but ironically never on stream.
Hey, Michael.
That's pretty good.
I'm kind of down. We should play that. Just do the accent. Blaster Master, Master Blaster.
I played through it. I beat Blaster Master.
You did beat Blaster Master. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Actually, it's not that bad. It's gonna take a lot of really bad games to get me to play it again, because it really, it's really not that good.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed with it, and let me tell you why.
Talk to me.
There was a person here that used to work here that was like his favorite
Oh,
game of
yeah.
all time.
Oh yeah.
So he made it seem like it was the greatest thing since the invention of sliced bread. I was like, oh, all right, I gotta get this game. It's awesome. I played it. I mean, it's fun for like a little bit, but I think it's pretty repetitive.
Did it blow your mind?
No.
Okay.
What blew my mind about that game, I guess, is that someone would actually say this is the greatest game ever. That blows my mind.
Fair.
And I was actually, yesterday or 2 days ago, I was actually going through Crate. I was looking for a file, like, I can't remember what it was, but I came across like his artwork. Remember we did the artwork to design the studio like in old
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. I found
old
that stuff.
shows like tour shows, like flyers and stuff like that. Well,
Right.
I found his Master Blaster posters. There's like 2 of them on there.
Right.
I'm like, oh man, dude, should I print these? I kind of feel like I want to print them and put them up just because,
I mean, if you like
just
them,
so I could just tell the story all over again. When someone's like,
What's
really,
that?
Blaster Master? Why is that up here?
well,
Let me tell you.
Right. That's a good point.
But yeah, I think I'm not petty.
I mean, you've grown. You've grown as an individual.
Yeah, now I'm about to grow as a jewel thief pretty soon. It's gonna be pretty awesome.
That's pretty awesome. Hey, I got my horizontal ticker going. Except the lines are pointing in the wrong direction. All right.
All right, should we go back to you?
I don't know. Maybe after this thing. So Blaster Master music. Slip, I agree with you. Actually, Blaster Master is a very agreeable soundtrack. I'm into
The main
that.
level, yeah, it's pretty good, but it's also the same song
Yes.
over and over and over.
Well, you have to wait 700 years to get anywhere.
There is a point like when you're on foot, you get this like the last weapon, at least what I got. If you go all the way down like your weapon selection, the last one where like It goes through walls, and if it hits anybody, it stuns them so they can't move.
Oh, interesting.
You know what weapon I'm talking about?
Yes.
When you have that weapon, the rest of the game becomes like too easy. You just have to use that weapon, and it like stops everybody.
Who's messaging me? Oh man. Yeah, but then I mean, like that's kind of the only mechanic that Blaster Master has, right? It's like you gotta master the blaster and do all the kick as much butt as humanly possible. There isn't much going on otherwise. Like, do you have the blaster? Are you the master of the blaster?
Yeah. Yes, I am the master of the blaster master.
This is what I'm saying.
My master.
Mappa.
A blaster master.
Hey, now I got some respectable looking stuff. Nice. How about like 1 to 20? Okay.
All right, you want to see it? Should we go back to you?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure. No.
Not yet.
I mean, people can see it in the bottom right corner. Like they can see the changes.
They can kind of see it.
But it's like a bunch of lines on a purple background.
I think we need to zoom in on that. Let's go zoom in on that real fast.
Okay.
Whoa, look at this. Whoa. This looking really good.
I'm glad you like it.
It's like a really bad IBM logo.
Yeah. I wonder if I can. So I'm messing with the map function. Trying to figure out, like, these are the ones that had no votes. This one had 2 votes and these 2 had 4. And that's kind of neat. We can do some interesting stuff because of that. What the heck is going on?
Oh.
I'm getting a bunch of messages. So I kind of dig that. Nice transition back, by the way.
That was kind of weird.
That was good.
Huh? I liked it.
So each of my spacing is kind of based off of this margin. There's still a bunch of hard numbers in here, and that drives me up a wall. But, you know.
I know.
Whatever,
Whatever,
right?
bro. All right. I think I might be done here.
That looks pretty good. That looks pretty authentic. Like it's still not animated, but I want all of the elements to be there, so I can figure out how to even use this animation thing. My screen's looking fly though. I'm digging it.
It is, man. It is. Good job. Good lines, man.
Thank you, dude.
Good lines.
These lines, I pulled these lines from the internet. We can pick any. Look,
It's
pick
from the internet. It's like almost like thin air.
Pick a poll number. Any poll number. Give me here. I'll put one down. Let's see if this is like a number of stuff from a poll. Is Seb gay? I don't know. Shoot, we can make this so that we get a random poll every time we load the thing. Let's do that. Because I still haven't.
Seems like a recipe for disaster. Do you have an end like sketch of what you want this thing to look like when you're done?
I have an idea.
Do you have it sketched out somewhere? I'd like to see like the target goal to this thing.
Hold on, let me pull another poll here. I love this. This is great. What type of cheese describes Max the best? I'm telling you. This is great. Okay. I think this is entertaining. All right. I've managed to, because I'm going to start doing this cool.
Wait, hold on. What kind of cheese describes Max?
Yeah, we don't know Max.
Oh, provolone.
No. Oh, interesting. How? Why?
Well, because, all right, check it out.
What?
Everybody likes provolone, but they don't know that they like provolone.
Okay. Go on.
I'm serious.
That's a good point. There.
So when you go to Jersey Mike's, okay, you go to Jersey Mike's. Everybody loves Jersey Mike's, correct?
Sure.
Jersey Mike's is good. Okay?
Yeah.
They only got one cheese there. It's provolone. They don't have anything else. It's just provolone.
Oh my goodness.
So you don't realize, like, man, this sandwich is awesome. Wait, there's just provolone on this thing? Oh, okay, interesting. So because you go to the grocery store, you get like American, good for grilled cheeses. You get, cheddar, it's the classic. You get shredded cheese, it's some mixture, like a Mexican mixture that's got, all other kinds of stuff in there. Sure. Mozzarella for pizzas.
Yeah.
So provolone's kind of like left out in the dark. But when you have provolone, like, man, maybe next time, just maybe if I go to the grocery store, I'm going to go to the deli section and I'm going to get me some sliced provolone and make me a sandwich at home. And it's going to be bomb because I used provolone.
Man, that's beautiful.
Right? So yes, a Mac computer, and it just does what it needs to do. It's another thing. Provolone just does what it needs to do. It just complements the main task at hand, which is eating the fucking sandwich. And a Mac complements the main task at hand, which whatever it could be, from like, video editing to music mixing or writing or whatever the case is. It doesn't fuck the situation up. That is why a Mac is provolone cheese.
It's beautiful. Man. All right.
So did someone ask that question?
No, see, this is the thing is I'm pulling random polls.
That's a random poll.
Yeah.
Okay, did anybody poll that, or did they just created it?
I didn't. You'll see. I haven't. I'm gonna write out the text so we can see the results.
Okay. Because I'm kind of curious. Let's see where people think provolone stands, and if people think it's Velveeta, I'm gonna get so mad.
Okay.
Because Velveeta's not even a real cheese.
So what I want to do, inclusive and exclusive, math random. So I want a random number, just like a poll number or whatever. Poll number, and that's gonna be some random thing. Random, yes. Is it random? Oh, and I have a minimum and a maximum. Cool. So the minimum is gonna be 1, and the max is gonna be, I don't know, like 1,000,000. I assume there are 1,000,000 polls out there. Or, because it's cool. 999, 999.
4.
Hey.
This dickhead.
And then I can probably just add that here. Poll num. Right?
Right. Continue.
And then when
totally
I go back to my ticker thing. Oh. Aha. What is this? Oh, I see it. So it's returning. Crap. Okay, I need an absolute value, man. I can't be messing with, I think it's ceiling or floor.
The band, seal, the man.
Oh, I need to. It's returning some random number between 1 and 1,000,000. But I need to round it. Oh, here we go. So I'm gonna round this random function. Math rounds. And that's all you need to do, folks. It's inline for life. So now I can get a whole number. What movie should we watch is 1. I feel like the minimum and maximum aren't really cutting it. Whole num. Preload, whole number. Did I spell this incorrectly? What's going on? My guy? What number did we actually get? Console. Tell me. Log. Whole num. I might have to parse it as well to an integer. So I keep getting the number 1, which means I'm doing it wrong.
See, look at what we're doing on screen now. This is what we could do tomorrow during the meeting. Just go on a leisure bike ride. On the beach.
That's great. I love that. Do they have rollerblades?
Oh, God, I hope so.
I'm asking for a friend.
Oh, yeah.
It's just make the digits of a credit card number. Alice was born in 1974. Match. Okay, match. Random number between 0 and 1 inclusive. Exclusive. Oh, I see what's going on. It's giving me a random number. So what I need to do is actually multiply this by... If it's giving me a number that's less than 1, it's going to round it up to 1. And so... I need to add this or multiply this by like 10,000. That will probably give me a number that isn't 0. 7,000. There we go. Sweet. Now we're talking. So what's your league? I don't know. People voted. James Sleep? What do you want Indie Love to play? Will you be attending Lowbrary's Hunger... No, I won't. Who lifts? Robert, do you lift, bro?
What's up, bro?
Do you lift, bro?
I lifted this pencil one time.
Where would you like to meet? Check all that apply. So, what movie would you watch on September 8th, 2017? A test poll. I wonder how many of these polls on Straw Poll are tests. So I have an X margin. That's the distance that is the left side. The bar spacing is 100. If I make it 200, I might actually have a little bit more clearance for the... Oh, gosh. Wrong button for the text. What the crap? I'm actually not using bar spacing or bar ground anymore for the positioning of these objects. So X margin, blah, 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 blah. Let's try bar space. Oh, come on, my friend. For my Y positioning. Y positioning. What, should I stay or should I go?
No.
Isn't that the song that comes on every time your car starts?
It should. It totally should.
Who gets on Skype? Anyway, one thing that's going on that's bugging me is the Y position isn't really getting pushed that hard. So, because I want to add a little bit more space over in this domain. Oh, my mouse is invisible. That's awesome. That's what's going on. Okay, cool. I want to add a little bit more space. And also, let's put my text there as well, wherever the X margin is. Scooch it on over. Holy crap.
Scooch it on over. To the east side.
Ask. Different values. I need more heights. So I have bar space. Should be plus. It should be plus. Should be I plus 50 times bar space. It really, yeah, because yeah. And so we're probably gonna have to bring that number the heck down. And it really shouldn't even be 50. So I should have bar space and some other thing. But I need that number just to have a baseline. In case I is 0, that's basically what we're doing. Yeah. Well, let's see how much I messed this up. So that's what's going on. That's fine. But now bar space is too low. So instead of it starting at 100, the same area as the text, we'll start it at 200. Holy crap. And now we're multiplying 200, and that's where this like I plus 50 thing gets out of control. I don't like you.
I don't like you and your peanut butter.
Oh, 120. This is where we do the design stuff. Yay, design stuff.
Design stuff.
Do you watch internet porn?
Do I?
Do you?
No.
How about thinking of purchasing a 40-inch LED TV? Which brand?
40-inch?
40-inch?
No. I mean, if anybody's actually thinking about buying a television, they always think bigger.
Okay.
So that sucks.
So it's starting at 100, and that's okay. I would like for it to start at a more reasonable location, like 120. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. You ever consider that?
Every day of my life.
Thanks, man.
Every day I'd be hustling.
What am I using? My first value, my first Y value shouldn't be that crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And also, a lot of these polls are trash. Like, nobody actually, like, responds to them. Like, dist. What team should at that sports gamer use for his Q? For his qua?
I don't know, man.
Me neither.
What are you thinking? Got any ideas?
I'm thinking of replacing this value 50 with starting points, like a bar start. We're gonna make a new thing. We're making a new thing. Bar start. Let's just make it 100. I feel like we're gonna like run into problems really rapidly. You know, bar ground I don't think is actually doing anything for us in our line drawing thing.
We have to change our internal calendar at some point. You stop telling me that we have power blocks starting at 4.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna do that on the stream though.
Shit, I'll do it.
Who would win in a fight?
Me.
So.
What?
No, it's a good answer.
It's the right answer.
So my spacing is right. My bar starting position is better. I can actually do stuff with it. Like move it the heck away from the text at the top. Boom. Now we're dealing with Delios. I think 125 is a good bet. I'm going to replace all of these variables. Enchant, yes or no. But you can see that I get pick or bow vote. And these are the values on the bottom, which y'all can't see. Maybe if I like put in a bunch of junk into the console. There. So you can see here, that we have at the bottom of the screen. Pick and vote. Pick vote value. Vote value. That's cool. I'm going to just pull that text and make that part of my routine for drawing each of these lines. So we have all the information we need. Right? I got poll title.
Oh, crap.
Right?
Damn it.
So right before I draw the bar, I guess I can draw another type of text. So let's make a text. Why did the music stop? Am I alive? Yes, everything is good. I need more music. Send it to me in chat. I'm over here. In chat. In chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I also have poll. I think it's. Let's look at that API again. Wait, no, I copied it into my thing. Poll options. Perfect. So I want to know about poll options.
What do you think of that widget?
What do I think of that widget? Building some stream widgets.
Widgets?
That's pretty cool. In chat today. That's cool. When does it change to you when we change to you? Like, are we like, if you have a playlist of titler like things and you have to like switch in order, like how do you make sure that when we switch scenes that goes away and then your scene comes up with the right like tag?
All right. Well, there's a lot of different ways we can do this.
Talk to me.
One way is we actually just individually, each one of these streams, we actually just add that on it, like on the actual ME itself. So it's not an actual third that's automated. It's just part of the actual background. That's one way to do it. The other way to do it, I think we can actually make it so when we transition, that thing will, the next one, the one that's assigned to that ME will pop in.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's, I think you could do that. But the problem is with Tyler that we have right now, I can only have 10 templates running at one time. So each one of those is a template. So if we have 5 MEs, that's 5 templates that I can never change. That they have to stay on the program running at all times. Right. And there's only another 5 that I can work with. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So I mean, I think it looks all right. Does its thing. Does its thing. It's like a chicken wing.
So cool. Now I have the. Now I got the text, right? I can come up with a better text style, like text font. I don't know, whatever value you can use. Let's use Georgia. I think that's how you spell Georgia. Cool. So now I have 2 typefaces that are kind of spaced. So one thing that's kind of bugging me right now is I get the poll number, and then I'm going for. I have all of these values, but they're scaling in the wrong direction, right? The starting point is kind of the X margin, right? And the ending point is actually backwards. That's because I don't understand what I'm doing with this thing. I think if I flip maybe the ending point, then I'd be okay. Could be wrong. I don't know. But I'm kind of scaling it down. So I can see the actual values in the bottom, the red vote value, this kind of thing. I really wish I'd put this thing in a frame. I should be able to scroll through it, but it's kind of not how this canvas thing is working for me. And that's something that I should probably have. Huh? I was in Family Tracker. What? Power Dog. I'm going to stabilize chat using the dots. Sophie. I have got news for you, my dude. When you use chat commands, we can't see them. Nightbot seems to send like it's changed its mode. We can make an automatic thing that, like Nightbot has commands. If we go to commands, like you don't see that I typed commands, but you might see that I can now see our commands. And messages come out, right? 8-ball and these types of things. But some of these things are going to send you a direct message. Versus like, you know, I don't know. I think dog tracks. This also might be a feature of I typed that in, but you couldn't see it. Versus, I think like table flip, right? Nope. Table flip also kind of is quiet. So there might be a quiet mode on Nightbot that I don't know about. This is something that I need to investigate further. Because we can see it in the chat. Oh, maybe it's that we're using two different chat clients. That one's using a different thing. I don't know anymore. It's not your fault.
Could be.
I get to blame her all the time. A, B, C, or D. So, let's see. I need to map this poll votes thing. So I think that this value that's actually coming out of this poll votes map thing. Let's see here. Let's look at the documentation for the map function. Let's get our data visualization on. So map is scaling input. If you look across this side thing here, it's drawing us a circle. Make a grayish background. I have x1, which is a variable that I'm going to be scaling, and x2, which is the second position of the other circle thing, right? So the position of that ellipse being mapped between the 0 to 100 range after giving bounds. So I think bounds should be set to true, first of all. Let's see if that works. But that's not going to fix this reverse representation. 545, 4544. I have one value, so I have one vote going. It's just going from right to left, which is backwards. I'm not into that. I do like all of these weird polls that are showing up. But check this out. My Mac vote value is 10. My PC vote value is 29. If I press this false, I can see that without those constraints of whatever the maximum poll is, it's going to return real values. I can actually also print out poll votes I, but we're doing that in our setup function. Cool. Let's format our print all nicely and stuff. Do you like funny fucking wall posters? Yes or no? Or show me more porn, darn it. No wins, which I think is legitimate. So I think the one thing that's going on is really just my understanding of remapping this value. Because I only want that maximum range, like I only want that to go so far, right? So there should definitely be a constraint. But let's look at these different parameters. So the value, the incoming value is going to be the poll votes I. I think it might be coming in as a character, which is a problem. It's not actually being parsed as an int, which is not bad. I can parse int from poll votes I. It's my first variable. That should work. Okay, cool. So 7 to 4. That should work. That is the value that I'm mapping. And then the lower bound of the value is current range, and the upper bound of the value is current range. So that's going to be a min-max of that list, I imagine. And then we want to target that range. So this is just like a bunch of values. I think that the smallest amount of votes is going to be 0, and the highest amount of votes is going to be math max, whatever that is in that list. So I think I could just give it the list poll. Same thing that we did before, parse int poll votes. So now that I'm starting to like rewrite this code, I mean we can just copy this right now. Or actually I'm just getting the max is going to be however many votes there are, right? Anyway, go on. Lower bound, the upper bound. Okay. The lower bound of the target range should be closer to 1. The upper bound should be like 200 wide. Let's try that out. It's closer, because burgers is 0, so that's good. And 212, I'm not actually getting a value for this line. So all of these 1s and 2s, like 1s and 2s kind of seem the same. But we're getting closer. Who do you love? We have a lot of... It looks like there are also lists inside of this thing. How's my program? So, let's flip this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whatever I just did, let's not delete all my code right now. I appreciate it. Appreciate it, bro. Hey, 2 minutes ago, I was supposed to do something. Yep, I don't know. Bro. So it's taking all this information and it's mapping it across the same space, and that ain't what I want. I want 11. I want that relatively to be the same. I want to take the highest value from this list and scale that. So I want to parse in for poll votes, and I want to find the maximum of that. Which actually I think I have vote max. Like I think I have a value for this that I use elsewhere. Max vote. That'll give me the highest number of votes. So everything should scale to that. I shouldn't be looking at that every single frame. So I have 0 now. Hey. And I actually have 3 to 5 with a pretty good looking ratio. Except for this whole 0 mapping thing. I think it's because it's trying to do the second point of x is from x point blah 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 blah. So x margin should be the minimum. Although I think that'll flatten out most of my... Hey! So that's pretty good. It's kind of hard to read, though. The scaling is pretty bad. Let's make the maximum for a poll 500 long. Too awesome versus way too awesome. Now we are playing with Wienerama. Cool. Now I have something that looks like this poll thing. Looking good, dog. Looking good. What the... Remember that time where you whatever? So let's load up some more random polls. Hey, look at that. I'm digging that. So Ravi, have you tried the Windows 8 release candidate?
No.
This is my favorite application that I've made in a while. Actually, it's the first application I've made in a while. No, it's not. Once a while.
So is it gonna be like... You make it like transparent and stuff? Like
Yes. I'm using the purple background right now
Alright.
because, you know, I need to be able to see it. But I can make the background transparent just like we do with chat, right? We can also color it and animate it all pretty like using anime.js, using stuff like this, right?
Okay.
So we can do like bouncy stuff. We can do shape tweening. We can do all kinds of stuff. All we need to do, because this is actually really interesting, but you know, we're not going to get too much into the detail of that. Maybe we'll come back for round 3. It's already an hour past stream.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, you can show different types, different styles. Here's like a shape tween, which I think is crazy. Although that is like an extension of animating. You can do things like this. I love this unitless animation stuff. Ugh, it looks great. It's bouncy, it's springy. We can do a lot of cool stuff with colors. That's using some kind of HSV movement. No, it's not. That's a linear color blend. Boo. You can tell it is because it's going from like white, like green to white, to red to green, and it skips through these brown colors right there in yellow, where you would normally expect like a rainbow color. Anyway. Function-based values. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? You don't think that's cool?
I think it's amazing.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
I need a little support from time to time.
That'd be nice. Just give me some support.
I want to play Dragon Ball FighterZ. wonder what Invisible Criminal is up to these days. I haven't seen him in a while. Are you a power bottom?
Am I?
Yes, you.
Power bottom. You know what? If that involves things that I do in the morning, yes.
I'm gonna just let that hang there.
Let it hang.
Yeah.
If you get a power bottom, it ain't hanging. Hell yeah, hell yes, hell yep. Who says hell yep?
I don't know.
Hella huh?
D.
I'm gonna go with D.
All right.
Wow.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
This is getting dark here.
Yep.
So much of the random thing.
I think it's pretty good. I don't know. A lot of it is in like Swedish or something.
Oh, okay. Well, it's now with that Blu-ray. It's now 50 gigabytes, I believe.
Good question.
I think it's 50 gigs.
Let's see. Which pet is the cutest dog ever? Wheezy or Cubby?
What's a Wheezy and what's a Cubby?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go with Wheezy.
Okay.
Just because what?
This is great. Hey, what kind of plug wires do you use? Spiral core, straight core, MSD?
All right. So now you got this.
Yeah.
You got something.
I got something.
Let's try to implement it into the stream right now. Is that doable?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So what's the steps here? What do we got to do?
So what we need to do is copy this project file folder onto Crate.
Okay.
And then I need to make a version that has a transparent background, which I think I can do pretty rapidly. Let me change the basic color to black, let's say, so I can see it against the transparent background.
Okay.
So that's going to be, let's see, because right now here's the background color, right? It's purple. So if I make everything, I think it doesn't really matter if I change these values now that I think about it. I can't remember if transparency should be 0 or it should be 255. I think it's 0. Okay, cool. So let's figure out fill. I think it's fill color that I want.
Okay.
I have to look at the API real quick. Fill color. Maybe I just set color. Yeah. So color, yes, we can make it like yellow. We can make it black. We can make it yellow or black.
The options are pretty good.
So let's pick a color. So I'm gonna pick, I don't know, let's make a new variable for a color. Like color, I'll just use their code. So I can make a color. There is a color picker. I don't remember how to do it. You can right click. If I do this, I can pick something that's kind of interesting. Oh, what color are we messing with? We have a greenish kind of thing going on.
Yeah, but I think if I would make it so it pops a little bit. Maybe go with our blue color.
How about that orange?
No, because then it might.
Where are we gonna put this thing?
I'm thinking that if you make it blue, it gives us options. If you make it yellow or orange or whatever the color, then
I can make whatever color we want.
But not that blue. Let's see. The color of our blue.
Where's our blue? There's no blue on the screen.
Well, I made one that's blue. Hold on.
You have a blue one? Are you talking about this kind of blue, like this?
Yeah, something like around there.
Okay.
I think that's good. Use that.
I have to make it a bit darker because that light blue is not gonna dance. So I can take an RGB value, blam, and then I can just kind of scooch it into here. Cool, thanks. Atom is good for simple things like that. And I'm going to, what is the other part of this method? I have to fill with this color, right? So in my draw method, we're just gonna do that. We're gonna, oh, it's filling with white. No, we're gonna fill with color. Did I name it anything exciting? Nope. So now I have something transparent that doesn't work. Oh, also I didn't change the text color. That's another thing. So, and then there's also a stroke color. Crap. I can stroke with that. I could stroke with that.
Yeah, we get it, Dan. We get it.
What?
What?
Oh, also can't find the color variable. Oops. It's a P5 method, man. I can't just...
I'm hungry.
What do you want to eat?
Well, I mean, nothing. I mean, I want to eat, but I can't because if I eat now, then I'll ruin my dinner. And, yeah, I don't want to upset people by ruining my dinner. So I'm supposed to eat dinner, and I'm not hungry for dinner.
Okay, man, I get it.
Do you? I don't think you do.
I need to change color modes. Okay.
New blue.
Can't find variable color. Oh, really? Also, this seems wrong. Use updated C as fill color. A lot of color modes. Don't I have to do something at the top? That little dude looks so angry. I just want to see. Ah, man. He threw the table to the next line. That's not. So, color in hex format. Color value. Have RC. Don't draw stroke around shapes. Because I need a stroke.
Ooh, our streams are a little hot.
Our stream?
Yeah, our stream.
The volume?
The CPU.
Oh. How hot?
75, 80.
And we thought we had it all figured out, huh?
I wonder why. It's like, what are we doing differently?
Not sure.
It's the cough. I know it is.
Man.
Maybe it's I don't know.
None of these things are actually demonstrating transparency.
Okay, where are the text controls? You're saying text controls. Where are these text controls?
You drive a hard bargain.
Mm-hmm.
So this is using color as a percentage. RGBA color strings are supported. They are all set to solid blue. It's an old song. If any value is provided to color, it will be interpreted as a grayscale value. It will be used for transparency. That's fine and all.
Oh, there it is.
What are you talking about?
Finally found fonts. I can change fonts. Dude, it takes me forever to find stuff in this thing.
Oh, yeah?
It's ridiculous. What's the name of the, do you know the font that we used to use for PowerBlock?
Nope. Probably like Impact.
Impact.
I like this one though. Some kind of block font. Although the kerning needs a little bit of work. It's still pretty tight.
Goody shit.
Oh, like see how ER seemed too close to each other and BL seemed too close to each other?
I know. That's when I got the design from Sophie.
Yeah.
I didn't have the font that she used at the time.
I see.
Which I can actually correct it now because now I got the font.
Okay.
But it just picked like some random thing. And it's close enough.
Okay, that's fair. Alright, look, I just want an RGBA, a Rigba color, baby. Oh, maybe it doesn't take Rigba colors as like a straight color value. I need to like cast it with this weird method they're using. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, let's see if that works. Okay, so my draw method. I'm JavaScript. I can put code anywhere. I'm still gonna get an error. Okay, cool. That works fine. I hate the color though. So what I'm gonna do is take that RGB value from up top. The one that I wanted. Oh, that's blue. Man, y'all suck. Give me that RGB color, buddy. Color picker, buddy. You know, just show up whenever you feel like it. Color picker, my buddy. There it is. Yeah, give me that green. That sweet green. Let's see. That'll look okay, I guess, on the stream. Not a big fan. Yeah, give me that. So I want these values. Cut. I can just paste this, I guess. I can fill with C, that's fine. Alright. I don't have to do it twice. Hey, that looks pretty good. The background should be transparent. If not, it's white. It's hard to tell. Also, I don't think that this value is working particularly well. Yeah, that looks a little bit more reasonable. I'm gonna clap for myself. Alright. And then, so Ravi, you wanna try and put this on the stream?
I do.
Alright. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna connect to Create. And, did I get my own folder? I'm just kidding. I'll put it in, gosh. What are we doing? What do you want?
Don't show people our folders.
What do you mean?
There's still some stuff in there we haven't erased that were projects we used to work on.
Not on the top level.
Okay.
Here, I'll put it in the Wirecast folder. You cool with that?
I don't know what's in the Wirecast folder.
Nothing interesting.
Gotta get rid of this cough, man. It's killing me.
Yep. Widgets. Stupid folder. So in the widgets folder, I'm going to copy it to you, my visual poll. Right? What you're going to want to do when you make a new web view in Wirecast is get the path name of that index.html file that's in that folder.
Okay.
Ugh. And I don't know. Make like a Windows thing. I don't know. Make it big enough. I don't know what the actual size of this canvas is. I can print it out. Let me figure that out. Let me help you out there, bro. I'm gonna print it. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Cool. Console log window width plus comma thing plus window height. Just so I can give you some basic window crap to work with. So 670 by 520 is the version that I'm working with right now.
Okay.
You can also see all of this stuff in the browser. But hey, you don't need that information. So, what do you got? Should I get up there and talk to you about it?
Yeah. Let's play Grand Theft and you like load it on. I don't know how you want to do it. If we both leave the stream, it's gonna be kind of weird.
That's true. Okay, I'll rock the Wirecast. Give me a sec.
You'll never see me with a ratchet or settle down with a jasmine. That's probably why I panic every month. Demons always begging for a soul. If you disrespect,
I about had it with Tyler right now. I gotta go online and watch tutorial videos. There's certain things I want to do in this program that are not working out.
It's not working. Let me get your screen up while I do my
Tyler.
thing.
I got it. Stay tight there, bud.
You got it.
You're in tight there.
Stop touching my mouse. Get off my feet. Thank you. Where's your stuff anyway? Oh, I see. Nice.
So I thought Matt was coming.
Tell me about it.
The one thing I want to do in Tyler, I can't really figure out how to do it, is actually automate or adjust the automation that's already preset in here. Which I thought you could do. But I wonder if we can't do it with this version. Like certain things fly in.
Okay. What's up?
Like that's fine, but let's say that, let's go back to cameras here. Let's just shut the stream down now.
Yeah.
Like this thing, for instance, like your thing.
Yeah.
Say I wanted to come in on the opposite direction.
Okay. Can you go to the editor for that thing?
Yeah, so I go to edit, so I can edit the whole section. Here's what the original looks like before I adjusted it to go where it is. What I need to do is figure out a way to have the like I get into where the automation settings are and readjust them, and I haven't been able to figure that out yet, which is kind of weird. I figured it was going to be kind of like After Effects in a way, but it's not. So it's kind of like learning something else all over again, and it's not something as simple like I can click on it and then all of a sudden the options will pop up here, like what it actually does in that function, but nowhere in there does it actually give me the automation for it.
Gotcha.
3D's controls, like these are like lighting crap.
Oh, I see. It just gives you. Oh, there's like a curve editor. There's some weird stuff going on.
Yeah, but it's not.
But it has like a pre-baked animation, like the flying thing.
Exactly, and I want to edit that, and it doesn't seem like I can. Which I think it just means that
you can do it for $1,000 bucks.
Yeah, like I think with new Blue Tyler Live, the one that we got free with this Wirecast, doesn't have that option. Right. Which sucks. So my other thing is, so if I build these things, if I go back to what I was doing before and build some customly in After Effects, how do I then take that, once I'm completed with that file, take it and make it so it's something like this that I can just adjust on the fly and then throw it into the actual stream? Because right now, I can make this automation and then it's like, oh, okay, well now I have to re-render it. So I can make this one. Woo! See, Robert D. playing Grand Theft Auto. But if I want to change the text that's inside of it and then do that really fast and rush it back out there again, without having to open up After Effects, make the adjustments in After Effects, then render it out in After Effects, and then import it into something else. You know what I'm saying?
That is a great question.
I know it is. Why I asked it.
I don't know the answer to it. I'm sorry.
It's alright then. Not everybody has all the answers. I was hoping one day you would be that guy. But today, you definitely are not that guy. This thing's interesting. Take you all the way back there. Whoa, whoa. Alright, so might be done with this. Yeah, let's look at your screen and see what you got going on over there. Watch this. Boom! What you doing? What you building?
I'm trying to get this pole to load. You're controlling it though, so I can't do anything.
Oh, I'm done.
Thanks, bro.
I'm done. I just put it at the screen, so if I don't move my mouse, then you can do it. Right?
Yeah, thanks, man.
Problem is we don't see your mouse, so.
I'm trying to figure out how to get the right width and also do some stuff. Because I think it's transparent, but I'm not seeing anything. Right? Like if I had this guy up, right, and I had like the pole thing on it, alright. Let's see, 1280 by 720. And then It's not cropped or doing any crazy stuff. It's like just not connecting.
Mm.
Do I have to host this for this to work?
I mean, I don't know.
Like put it on like a static website type of thing?
Probably. I mean, how else?
We can do
How
that.
else are people gonna like vote and it's gonna update in real time? Isn't that what we're
there's
supposed
another
to do?
step to that.
Oh, we haven't gotten that step yet?
No, I haven't gotten to that step.
All right. Well done. Okay.
Just telling it like it is.
All right. So it's back on me.
You on it.
All right. I'm off it. Okay.
And you're on control too.
Not anymore. I shouldn't be.
I'm not touching the mouse.
Is the mouse moving when I'm doing this?
Yes.
Really? How about now?
Yes.
Still moving.
Now, are you moving your mouse?
Yes.
Okay, you're good.
Okay.
Sweet. While we figure out this whole problem thing.
That thing's lame.
Okay, so that seemed to work just fine. Have you turned your furnace on yet?
I'm gonna vote yes.
Cool. I don't know why this version doesn't have that output log for the size of the window.
What are you talking about?
I'm just looking at like these adjustments I'm trying to make here. Let me move this shot up to the top. If a poll shows up on the top of the stream, it's because I'm doing stuff.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. While you're doing that, why don't you put back on Grand Theft? And I'm gonna play that for a little bit.
Sure, Bob. Did I crash? What? Nope.
Did you crash it
Okay.
yet? Give it time.
I did not crash it. I'm trying very hard to not wire crash. I don't know about that frame rate, man.
What frame rate?
My frame rate is, you know, it's okay.
For what? The game?
Huh?
What are you talking about?
Robbie.
My frame rate? What frame are you talking about?
Oh, the PlayStation, yeah. It's because it's like double streamed or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna go jump on this boat.
I'm glad we could have this moment.
That's ridiculous. You ever actually jumped into like anything and just watch what they do? I
wonder what it's doing.
This game already doesn't run at 60, does it? It's only 30, right?
This game
Yeah.
should. Oh, you're right. It runs for you.
It's running 30 though, right?
I don't know. Oh, that's not a pro.
Is on the pro that you're playing on? Is it running 60?
This guy is very serious.
Well, I think his daughter's on there.
I'm gonna steal this yacht.
If I remember this one, I think his daughter's on there doing porn. He's gonna go.
That's cool.
He's gonna fuck everybody up right now.
Porn's great.
How many people we got watching us?
I hear people like porn. It always makes for a weird story. So one thing that I find interesting, I think I might have to host this thing. So let's put this on a website and then point to it. This is gonna take just a minute because it works locally. The Wirecast doesn't care what you think. This is hilarious though. It's like, who would win? I don't know. Some sports teams. Alright, so I'll clear that. Screen's looking good. I'm really confused about a bunch of stuff. change this URL in a second. Oh, fire dog. Which one of you Googled fire dogs is doing the dog? Chat roulette. Blog TV. And I even get the size back, which is cool. So I heard of a thing, I think it's called Netlify or something like that. I think is the word. Weblify? Netlify. I'll recognize the branding once I see it. Yes. So, let's log in. Push your front hood into code. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm gonna log in using my GitHub OAuth, which is cute. No need to share a quick prototype. Drag a zip file with the static site here. Sweet. So let's zip up my thingu. Compress. Visual poll.zip. It's growing in size, I guess. It can't decide whether it's there. We go. 289K, baby. Let's see. I really wish I didn't have to drag and drop, but we can work with this. I'll just collapse you guys out, and then I can go here. All right, other person. Let's just get a simple mock-up. It's gonna deploy our site. It's ready to go. Set up a custom domain. Okay. Does it work? Yes, it does. Dope. You can check out the app for yourself in chat. I'm going to use that. Hopefully it'll do everything I need it to do. Who would win? Go, chat. This song came on already.
I like it.
Okay, good. So it failed to load a resource. Oh, because it didn't upload whatever. The most famous Robloxian ever. Famous. Alright, so let's change the address from a file on this computer to this thing. Ooh. Haven't thought about that. Interesting. Why isn't it showing me this page? T-Med. Yo. So I'm trying to figure out how to link this web app that
and only
shows
3
this thing.
words at a time, please. Thank you.
You can see it in chat. Hello, hello. You have arrived just recently. So I will send that to you. Thank you so much for showing up today. It seems like everyone in the US is doing a thing. So this is pulling a random straw poll. Like, I can use probably like results. I'm trying something out. Okay. Oh, it doesn't. New results. I'm building some stuff. Okay. This is just the thing. So this is the poll. 1476589. I wonder if I can actually change the query string. I don't think I have that as an option. What's going on? Getting there. Yeah. Make sure Jake's in another country when you stream that. Well, right now it's just picking random polls. So every time I reload the page, it's gonna be somebody else's poll. You know, it's weird. This is just what people make votes on. Who you got? Who should you vote for in 2016? I don't know. It's a weird method. One thing that it's not particularly good for, like I still need to like send that poll ID. It's that hot time of the day. So we're working on that. Basically re-implemented the straw poll drawing thing. Like we took this thing, their results page, which is that, and I'm making one that we can overlay, as well as have a whole bunch of other applications work. There's still more work to do, but I think that's great, especially in terms of scaling the app and stuff like that. But the weird thing is I can't get it to show up in Wirecast right now. It doesn't work the same way as like here. Let's go live. I'll show you what I mean. So it's just supposed to be transparent. We've set it to transparent. Every time it loads the page, it would probably go to some random color, but if it magically starts working, we might see a poll that is, you know, how many butts do you have? Right? Do you want to join Twitcraft Project Reboot? I don't know what that is, so I'm not going to do it. That looks pretty good. Way to go, 60 frames per second.
What are we talking about?
I'm not sure what we were jamming to, actually. Let me check my my thing here. We're jamming to the oldies. So we are listening to the sweet, sweet sounds of Paradoxygen, Clockwork. You might recognize the name. Oh, my spine. I don't recognize my spine. You had 40 Blue sounds like an audible play. You should have a lot more followers. Are you ready? What are you doing? Automatic upload?
Well, when I'm playing a game here and I go to play it at home, it's not transferring over. So now I have to make this my primary console.
I
This
see.
is stupid. This is why I'm gonna say it. This is why I choose Xbox over PlayStation.
You said it.
I said it.
You saw it here first. Oh, I love that. I want everything on Earth to do that. The squishiness is so good.
What are you talking about?
I'm just looking at like this an animation on my desktop right now. You may be able to see. It's the box moving around.
Why don't you make that the primary then?
Because I'm sitting at my laptop.
What? Oh, I'll do it then.
Yeah, you do that.
I will do it. Because I'm the man. Oh,
I'm not about to have a telestream desktop. Not right now.
No. There you go.
Thanks, man.
You're up.
Yeah.
Give the people what they want.
Give the people the air.
Not Michael Hagen. Give the people air.
Alright, so I'm going to reintegrate Safari and Atom here for a sec. I think one thing I need to do is get rid of this assets folder, because we're not going to actually load that font anymore. And this version doesn't need that. So I can delete those as well. This will go. Cancer kills me. I have 7,000 vinyl records to give away. Okay. Weird. I really do like the strange, like, random polls that it keeps returning. I mean, obviously that's not the state we want it to be in. We should do some other thing that's probably linked to Discord or something that gives us, like, our most recent poll that was on that server. Or, like, a set of them. Which isn't too hard to do. What am I looking for? What do I want? Know what I mean? Let's make a new color. Did I make another color C? No, I didn't. Okay, so hopefully you could just do this. Like, you don't even need var. Blah. It's like just bad. It makes me scared. It makes me scared. I need a color to pick. I got a color to pick with you. Yeah, looks good.
Okay.
What up?
This thing says go to settings, pick a PlayStation Plus app or settings, and it doesn't exist. Am I going blind here? Whoops. Storage. There we go. How to upload?
I messed up.
Select settings, PlayStation Network/account management. There we go.
Test or test. Ah, so many polls that nobody cares about. So weird. What's this poll? So yeah, Tina, what's going on is I have just like pick a poll between 1 and 1,000,000, basically. Actually, I think I'm not even hitting all of the polls. Yeah, I can actually go up. I can increase our variance a bit. It'll take a while before I get an NAN. But yeah, so what it's doing is getting a random poll, and then in the console you can see which poll number, but we don't need that anymore. I want a random poll. We could say, give me a random poll. Pull that full data in our preload into the JSON object. Now we're just going through different elements of the JSON object. And like one thing we can do is put the vote number next to the items. We can rearrange these things. One thing I want to do is make these two things different colors. Maybe make the top text value more interesting. Text size. I'm gonna copy you, and I'm gonna put like 20, this type of thing, so it draws it more small. You kind of have to like So yeah, it's kind of just pulling random polls and just revisualizing them. And I'm going to get pretty spicy with that.
Spicy.
Like, I want to use stuff like this. I want to use this juicy stuff. But I'm kind of just limping through the process of trying to get all of the stuff that I want. Making it look the way I want. Making it play the way I want. Your music's totally great to work to, though. I should do this all the time. Like, what I do not like... Am I sure I don't do that? Yeah, let's turn these into theirs so that I know what you are. I'm like, this is not good practice. So I fill C. It's gonna fill C at the top of everything. No stroke. We're gonna use this text and we're gonna draw the poll title. After we draw the poll title, then we're gonna start drawing the bars.
Yeah, bars.
So I also want to fill with C2 after I draw the title, right? This is why you comment things. Get around a little more readily. So I want to fill C2 right there, which I think is a different color. The texture, at least, stroke is a different color. No, it doesn't. Is pie good? Just kind of visualizing random polls. Like, there's a limit here. I think that the X margin, I think, should be like 600. And it should be within a limit. And then this X, let's see. So here's the value. Minimum value, 0. Max votes is the value. Yeah, it's not 1,000% what I want. But when it's unlimited, what it's doing is it's trying to map between a certain scale. That's fine. Oh, you just have the same kick in every song. That's what you were talking about. I'm just joking. But now I kind of just want to make this like stroke weight, stroke C2. I feel like this is wrong. There's probably something that I'm missing. Stroke cap, join weight. Stroke method. Stroke 51. So what this is doing is it's giving it a color first. There's color mode, HSB. Oh, jeez. This is a whole other different way of addressing colors. Oh, no, you're actually just using RGB values. This way works. Okay, we'll do that. Sophie, I'm not seeing your commands. But I am seeing it in regular chat, so I guess that's okay. You don't need to see it on the stream. That's actually pretty cool. Maybe that's a feature of the night devs thing that I didn't even think about. Huh. Go figure. So anyway, this is the color that I want. It's RGBA, dude. And it looks like the stroke doesn't take a color. It just takes, like, this weird string thing. Oh, gosh. That didn't work at all. Trying to use a separate color here, my guy. Oh, that's not working. Stroke weight. Is it 4 stroke weight? Yes. Okay. If I get rid of this, how are we looking? That's interesting. What's going on? And then there's this other way, using a P5 color object. do like that as well. All of those check out my parenthesis. Nope. What kind of lunch would you like?
I'm on Sunset Boulevard right now. It's like exactly the same. Laugh Factory is called what?
What?
Split Sides West. Let's see what the whiskey looks like.
Is the cafe mainly populated by idiots?
I didn't go in there. The whiskey's called tequila. Nice.
That is pretty good. Not gonna lie.
So then the Key Club is called Full Moon Theater. Retro. Oh, because it's not called the Key Club anymore. They changed it. We got bought out. And then maybe pass the logo. Okay. Not hard work. That's cool.
Oh, you know what is weird too is this is not my live application. This is the Netlify version. There's the live application. What the? That was stupid of me. Now I can be less of a stupid.
Sure.
Thanks, man. So, one thing that I need to do is turn off stroke before we write our next line of text. There we go. And then I want to start putting values down for, let's see. Yeah, okay, now this looks ridiculous. I'm like, why is this not like changing? Okay, cool. So that looks better. Right? So we don't actually know. I have the values down here in my console, which for some reason you can't see. Oh, I know why. It's because of this. That's where it is. All right, so I have values of the window size, and I have the actual values. This is so yeah, T-Mad, these are all coming from Strawpoll. I'm just like using their API to pull down random polls and like turn them into this weird visualizer, which is pretty funny. But I just wanted like some test data, and the internet is great for that. Go figure, right? Yeah, so it's just a random poll. The higher numbered ones are definitely a little bit more interesting. I stopped printing out the poll number. But yeah. Can people stop sending straw polls in this chat? A straw poll about straw polls. Navi, a liquid. Yeah. Okay. So that's kind of what I've been up to. Like yesterday, except now we actually have the poll data. We have more data if you want to visualize it. I got you, man.
Got you, dog.
So one thing testing out was I'm pretty sure this is a transparent background. Like if I made the background like 100, then it would probably come back as purple, right? Which is kind of like not cool, right? 255 is the most alpha. Does that make sense? I don't know. So like that's kind of the information I was like working with. But yeah, people are actually putting this stuff onto. Yeah, these are all just existing. You know, the first, as far as I can tell, the first million straw polls that exist in the world, roughly between 1 and 999, and all the way to that. That you know, I'm just using as a test case to see like how well it's formatted, right? So that's cool. That is transparent. It must be. It must be transparent. I could be totally wrong about that, actually, but we're just gonna rock. We're gonna go with that. And we're just saying at different points, like, okay, we can functionalize all of this stuff, but there's no point. Like, this is a 150 line program, if that. Yeah. So that's cool. Let's see. So it's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to take the actual value of each vote. So at the top of my script here, here's like a outline of kind of what that JSON object looks like that we're getting back when we go through the straw poll API poll ID, right? And I'm just replacing poll ID with a random number, and blam, we get this thing, right? So what I want to do is get the votes number as well, which we already have, but we need to make a text in the appropriate location for each line. I'm thinking, I don't know, somewhere. The same place that we actually put our text, we can do that. So text poll options I plus like a spacey thing plus poll, I think it's votes or something like that. That's right there. Poll votes I. Yeah. Come here, man. Oh, I was already there. It's like from our little list, we're just iterating. So now I can see, like, these are the votes. And this is the thing that I'm kind of worried about, is this whole scaling operation, right? The max value is going to be this certain amount, and I need to put it within a bounds so it can actually be like a useful widget. And a lot of the times that doesn't actually like come out super sweet. But I think if it's less than, like, here it is 686, right? Like, if there's a reasonable margin, one thing that I need to do with this widget to make it more useful, Ravi is a much better driver than Jake. What can I say?
Well,
this
that's probably true.
That's, the people have spoken.
Maybe spoken well.
So we're visualizing most of the data. There are a couple of other things that, like, we can get out of this. For example, there's this which is a multiple choice, or allows you to vote in multiple categories. But other than that, it's just like some poll. All right, cool. So that's fun. Let's pick a poll that, like, we can find a poll that's interesting. Like, I can get the poll value if we like how it looks and has some good data. But it seems to scale pretty well. There's obviously some text formatting stuff we need to account for, which is basically rebuilding, like, their thing, right? But we're just using this with P5, which I think is nice. But yeah, some of these things don't scale really well. Like, see how the max value is 10, and it actually, like, the difference between 4, 5, and 10 doesn't show up particularly well. That's the problem with having, like, kind of a strict boundary with this map, with this value mapping, that I don't quite understand. Max vote, X margin. Also, some of these might not just have any votes.
What time is it?
11:53. It's 4:59.
Oh, dude.
How you feeling?
I think we got to end. It's 5 o'clock.
I see.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey with us. Tomorrow is going to be a meeting day, so we're going to play Grand Theft Auto while we all meet.
That's so weird.
I know.
I just don't want my polls to run off the screen,
And then maybe Monday, Ben can jump back on the polls and see if we can get that actually working properly.
Jeez.
All right.
Such faith.
You will. I got faith in you.
Thanks, man.
By the end of next Wednesday, it should be working properly.
So far, so good. For putting in a couple hours the last 2 days, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Literally a couple hours. It's probably been, we're like 5 hours in, starting from nothing, digging in. So, enough of my excuses. Let's end the stream.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Hopefully you guys tune back in tomorrow, watch us meet, and play some Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, thank you, Team Ed, for the tunes.
Yes, the music is excellent.
I'm basically going to work with this from now on. We'll pick up where we left off.
I think that's wise.
I think it's Ableton, actually. Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Stay frosty, and we'll see you tomorrow. Toodles.
That's cool.